Hey there, it's Scott at the Pedal Guy. How you doing? Where we're all about pedal demos, pedal knowledge, and pedal sales. I love pedals, and so do you. In this video, I'm going to show you the brand new NuX MG-30. This is a brand new processor. It hasn't even hit the market yet, but we got one here as a sneak preview so that you can see and hear exactly what it does. So this is the first of what I can promise you will be several videos to come. So stay tuned because I think you're going to really dig what you see. Let's get to it. Okay, so let's first discuss what the MG-30 is. The MG-30 is part of the MG series from NuX, so it's a modeler, but it is really the pro level flagship version of the modeler series. It's got plenty of processing power built into it. It's got lots of amps, lots of effects, lots of EQ, a whole bunch of different things. It has a drum machine, it has a looper, it can be used as an audio interface, it has its own external editor, it has MIDI features built into it, it has a send and return, so it's a real step into the pro environment. And I think this is just, I know that I'm going to be playing with this thing for a long time before I really get all of the features under my thumbs. But in this case, I just want to show you some of the quick features and the quick overview of the product first. I'll play a couple of presets for you, and then in subsequent videos I'll cover more of the product as we go along. So let's go ahead and start with an overview of the layout. Over here in the top left corner we've got the master volume knob and the save button. To the right of that we have a 4-inch display that's LCD with 4 corresponding rotary encoders that are assigned to different parameters within the MG-30. To the right of that, we have a 4-way toggle / rotary encoder knob, that's the master rotary encoder, along with the home/global button. This is where we can access global settings. Now, over here to the right, we have the signal block, and this is where I can turn off and on various effects, EQs, amps, cabinets, whatever's in the signal path can be turned off and on right here, and that gives you a really nice tactile control over the overall sound of the MG-30. Now here to the far right, we have the expression pedal, which can be used as either a volume pedal, or it can be used as a wah, or it can be used to be assigned to various parameters within the MG-30 itself, with like different effects and all that. We'll get into that soon enough. Now down here at the bottom, we have 3 foot switches, and these are used to navigate up and down the different presets of the MG-30, and we have the control foot switch, which is used to do things like assign a tap tempo, and other things. And we'll, of course, this is just a very brief overview. But what we can also do is we can access some of the secondary functions. Like if you hold down the first 2 foot switches here, this will access the drum machine and the looper that's built in. Now if you want to go back to the beginning, just go to the global home button and that'll take you back to the first screen. Now to the far right, we have the 2 foot switches here where you can press them both and you get access to a really nice looking tuner. So that is kind of the basic layout of the top of the MG-30. Let's take a look at the back. First off, we have the guitar / bass input, and yes, I forgot to mention it does have bass amps built in, so that's one of the other great improvements with the MG-30. You have your auxiliary input where you can plug in an MP3 player, you have a headphone jack, you have a send and return, so you can send the MG-30 off to your favorite pedal and bring it back in, so you get a great marriage of digital and analog. You have your outputs where you can work in either a mono or stereo environment. You also have an external expression pedal input as well. So you can pop in an extra pair of foot switches, or you can pop in an external expression or wah pedal. Now here's the really cool thing about the MG-30. This is one of the really big value adds of the product, is that they actually include a dual foot switch with the purchase. I mean, that's really cool. So not only are you getting the 3 foot switches on the front of the unit, now you're getting 2 external foot switches as well. And it also does include the TRS cable. So really that's just adding to the value, and it's making that $299 price tag look even better, doesn't it? Now to the right of that we have the USB port. It's a USB-C port, and there is an included cable. Again, value add. And then there's the power jack and the power switch. So that pretty much sums up what's inside of the MG-30 as far as the layout goes. But how does it sound? Let's take a listen to some of the presets. And finally, just like the MG300, the MG30 has an ability to be externally edited by way of the QuickTone editor. You just simply use the included USB-C cable, plug it into your Mac or your PC, download the software, launch it, and you're off to the races. Let's take a quick look at it. It's over here in the far right corner, and you can see that there is a pretty big improvement from a GUI perspective. But there's also so much more that's going on under the hood here. For example, you have a power amp now. So you can actually adjust the bias and the level of the power amp, and that changes from amp to amp. So if you're working with, say, a Marshall, it'll give you actual tubes. If you're working with something like the JC120, it's going to give you a solid state power amp to work with. And you can move the amp and the cabinet anywhere you want along the signal chain, along with the other effects as well. So you can really make a mess of the overall tone in a very short period of time. You do have additional microphones than you did with the MG300, and you've got so much more going for it. I didn't mention it earlier, but you do have acoustic guitars built in here as far as impulse responses, so you can use your electric guitar and work it as an acoustic guitar if you want to. So much more that's going on here than we have time for, but I just wanted to use this opportunity to take you kind of through the MG30, get to know it a little bit, and then in future videos what I'll do is I'll dig into it and really start doing some deep dives into the feature set. So I hope you found this video helpful, and we'll see you soon. Well, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any further questions, be sure to visit us at thepedalguy.com. But in the meantime, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and also be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for weekly videos and tutorials. Thanks for stopping by here at thepedalguy.com, where I love pedals and so do you.